Hi, welcome to Million Mile Garage. We're taking our semi-abandoned 79 Camaro 400 and we're going to change out the rocker cover gaskets on it today because they're leaking more than Niagara Falls.
Hard bass.
This car, we brought it up to Alabama with us from Florida a few years ago when we did our move. And really haven't had much time to do much with it since I got it back together. And that's probably going on, I guess a dozen years ago or so. I think we've got maybe 3,000 miles on the Million Mile Garage 400 that we put together. And you see she's still nice and clean in there. But, those rubber rocker cover gaskets, they never did seal very well. I've had good luck with them on the other cars that have either cast aluminum rockers or on my Chrysler, which has more than 4 bolts holding the rockers down. So today we're going to use a pair of Felpro cork gaskets and just a little bit of gasket sealant, and hopefully that'll stop the leaks. Crunch. It looks like we're using more reliable Felpro VS 12869s, and then there's our rocker. And they're just rock hard. These things weren't sealing at all, just done. I mean, these are just, they're hard. Boy, they set up hard. We'll let Austin dig it out, see if we can get them off. Probably just pull it off with his hand. I don't know if they'll come off in pieces or not. I think this is the one that had the steel insert in it. Yeah, it's been so long since I did it. I don't remember if these were Mr. Gasket or Felpro or what they were. I just know that they never sealed up great. They always weeped a little bit. And now they're just, it doesn't matter what you do, they're just going to leak. I figured rather than wringing off the rocker cover bolts trying to get them to stop leaking, I'll just put a fresh set on. We'll just do the good old-fashioned cork. That seems to work best on these. Like we're getting it off in one piece. Yeah, that looks good. Yep. One dried out, mashed up rocker cover gasket. Yeah, looks like the gasket sealant held up pretty good. We'll have to just get in there and clean all that off. I'm not a real big fan of chrome rocker covers. That stuff's set up kind of hard. We'll get this cleaned up. We'll get them glued back on. Hopefully we can take it out and road test it today. Signing off. Honcho on Mexico. Good old 624 castings. What? I'm just looking at the cylinder head. Yeah, it's been so long since I put this together, I couldn't even remember what casting numbers were on the cylinder heads. I knew they were just GM crate motor heads, the base ones.
How much did it cost you to build that motor for that car?
Oh, I think I got a block on Evil Bay for 180 plus freight. I think the freight was more than the engine block was. I think I had 400 into the block, and I think the stroker kit was 1,400 at the time. And the cylinder heads were a gift from a friend of a friend. He had bought a crate motor and he put alloy heads on his. So I had these heads had 0 miles on them. They'd never been fired, and just bolted it all together and put it in the car. So I don't think I got more than $2 grand into this motor. We're brushing on a little bit of high-tack adhesive, doing it on both sides, putting it on the rocker, and then putting it on this gasket. I'm going to lay it on the rocker, and then I'm going to put another coat on the other side of the gasket, and I'll probably go in and put a little bit on the cylinder head rails too. before we stick it on, make sure that we have as good a shot as we get of having a leak-free seal. And what we're using is Permatex high-tech gasket sealant. I use it on my cork gaskets. We've used it on the 5.0 Mustang on the cast aluminum rockers, and they don't leak a drop. And that's been, what, a year since we put that together. So I have a lot of confidence in that. Just use some high-tech on some good old-fashioned tried and true cork rubber gaskets and bolt them on. Thank you. Okay, we're going to set it back on. I was able to get in there and brush a little bit of that high-tech on the rails going around the rocker because they're just cast iron non-machine rails. I like to glue both sides, and then I'm going to come in really careful and try not to catch this gasket on anything when I set it in. It's going to make me work for it. It should just go right over without any drama. There we go. I think I got it. I just got to set some fasteners in. Grab my there we go. Get that one started. Grab this one right here. Get the other top one so it's lined up. Then we'll come in and I'll grab the two bottom ones. There we go. Those are started. That's good enough. And then we got the good old vintage Cal Custom spreader bars, and those work really good on the sheet metal rockers, especially the Chinese ones. And then I got the stock wire loom mounting tab on top of that. I'm just going to come in and put those on, and these should be plenty long for the cork ones too. At least I hope they are. Yep, just can't get to line up. There we go. I think I got it started. Yep, that one started. Okay, I got another one. We'll set that one on. You know what? I think I may have put that one on upside down. I can't remember how I did these. Well, I think I had to put these on upside down because they didn't have enough. I don't know if the bolt was long enough last time, but I think these cork ones might even be a tad thicker than the rubber ones. So it might be a little challenge to get the thread started. We'll see. There we go. They're starting. Yep, they're running in. No problem. Okay, that looks good. So the only thing I got left to do, it doesn't take a lot. I also want to make sure I have the rocker centered pretty good, which I think it is. Yep. Sometimes if you mount them a little off center, one of the rockers will scrub on the baffle inside the cover and it'll make noise. Let's try that again. Here we go. Works a lot better with the socket in. Went snug. Okay. So here. Yep, just got to be snug. Get in there. Okay, I think we got it in. I'm going to get too crazy tightening it. That should be. These chrome screws are so big, I'm having trouble getting in here with my socket. There we go. Okay. Don't want to give it up. Let's go there. Hoo-yah! All right, we got one glued back on, so we shouldn't have any leaky. Just reach around, and it feels like everything is poking out like it should. Yep, I think that's on there the way we want it. We shouldn't have any leaks. As long as that glue gets a bite and it doesn't let the oil get in between the gasket and the rocker, it won't start weeping. And a lot of times those, even the cork rubber gaskets, when they get a little oil on them, they swell up a little bit too, and they have a tendency to stay sealed up. So we'll see how that does. We'll come back after lunch and we'll pull the other one. Alright, is that it? We're going to see how poorly sealed this one is. I bet it just falls off. I bet it's not even sealed. You don't have to pry it or anything. I bet if you just grab it, I bet you can just pull it off. Yeah, that wasn't doing much sealing. And then you're just going to have to walk it out. You're going to have to work for it.
I think it would be best to go up or...
Maybe come forward like you did and then lift up and come up towards the power booster. Yeah, I bet it'll come right out that way. Maybe not. Been so long since I had it off. What you might want to do is try dropping it low below the booster and then stand it up and pull it out from the top like that. Yeah, there you go. It'll come out like that, and that's how we're going to put it back in. Piece of cake. Oh, nice and clean inside. And another really nasty, dried up, rock hard gasket that will never seal again. Well, that one was glued on pretty good. Good times. There we go.
Oh, it split.
Oh, I did. How about that?
This one's on there better than the other one was.
Yeah. It really dried out. I was surprised for as little as this engine's been driven. It's only got like 3,000 miles on it, but it has been. It's been a dozen years since we put the car together, but I think it's probably been going on 15 since the engine was done. That's been quite a while. There you go. Actually, it looks like it came off a little cleaner than the other one.
Yeah, probably not as much scraping.
Nah. Yeah, so just like the other side, there's going to be minimal cleanup here. This thing is really clean. We're just going to come along and wipe the rails off with a little bit of lacquer thinner, get all the oil off of them, and glue them on, and it should stop leaking oil all over the place. How's it coming along?
Huh?
How's it coming along?
I mean, it's almost done. That's a little more though.
Oh yeah, that's cleaning up nice. Yep. Yep. Just blow that out with a little compressed air, wipe it down with some lacquer thinner, glue it on, and call it done. So we actually have two Camaros in here. The gold one really is kind of an abandoned Camaro. It hasn't been driven probably 200 miles in the last 10 years. It got in a car accident several years ago and the passenger side got smashed in. And the fender got replaced. I fixed the door and I fixed the quarter panel. It's all block sanded and good to go. It's ready to be painted. Just haven't got around to finishing it. It's got one patch panel down here that I welded on. I need to finish off the bodywork here. It's not blended in good enough. But that's new metal down there. And the car's solid. There aren't any soft spots left on the car. Anything that had holes was cut out and re-welded, stitched back together. So hopefully I can get this car painted. I'm hoping to get it done next year. My goal is to get it done by December of 2021. So I got a year to finish it. I've had this one since I was 19. And this was my daily driver for about 20 years. And it was doing real good until somebody on a cell phone smashed into me without signaling, no warning or anything, and just clocked me. And then the green one behind it was the wife's car. We had his and her Camaros when we were in college and we never got rid of them. And this one went through a lengthy restoration about a dozen years ago. Took Best in Class its first outing at a AACA show. That was called Indian River Under the Oaks AACA show in Vero Beach, Florida. And I think that was 2008. I think it was 2008 it took Best in Class. It's been a while.
Didn't it get one in 2010 too?
Yeah, it got like runner up in 2010, I think. So we're just about ready to glue this rocker on, and then we'll be able to take it out and road test it. Okay, back together. All the wires are hooked up. Rockers are back on. All we have to do is throw the air cleaner on, fire it up, and go drive it.